All right, guys, so going back to what we talked about with weapons conditions, let's now, knowing everything we know, apply it and clear this weapon system, this striker-fired handgun. Now, to ensure that the weapon is cleared, we want it to be condition 4, which means no magazine is inserted, no round is in the chamber. So what is the first thing that we do? Well, we must get a good high firm pistol grip utilizing the meaty, that like meat portion of my J hook. See that J? Nice and tight up underneath that beaver tail, just like that. No gap, because that gun will then deviate. My 3 fingers are around the pistol grip. My trigger finger is straight up and off the trigger, going back to our weapon safety rules. And then my thumb is just, in this case, it's on top of that slide catch, pointed towards the bad guy. If I want to do a 2-handed grip, I take these 4 fingers from my working hand or my support hand, my non-dominant hand. I wrap them over the 3 that are on the pistol grip, and I actually try to like marry the knuckles up with the gaps in my fingers, but I still keep these fingers tight like a Spartan phalanx up underneath the actual trigger guard, touching it, covering surface area. And then the rest of my palm here and my thumb actually just, they fill this gap right here. So now I have a solid 2-handed pistol grip if this is the direction I wanted to go. Now, first things first, we need to ensure that there's no magazine inserted when we want to condition 4 weapons. So now that I've got my high firm pistol grip, I'm going to use my thumb to drop the magazine or see if there is one there, and there is. Another way you could tell is, hey, if my finger doesn't go into the magazine well, then this thing obviously has a magazine in it, and if it does, then it does not. But notice how I drop the magazine just by pushing inward into the gun with my thumb. And you can even see on the other side of the weapon here that when I push the magazine release button in towards the gun, that's where I'm pushing it. That's the other side of the button. So don't get it twisted and start pushing down, up, left, or right. It needs to go in towards the gun, like towards the other side. Preferably high firm pistol grip, finger still straight off the trigger, and doing it just with your thumb. Now the magazine is gone. I need to lock this slide to the rear. So, of course, always, this weapon's been pointed in a safe direction this entire time. I'm in a room literally encapsulated with steel. But you want to make sure that you still have the weapon pointing in a safe direction. You're going to turn your body, not the gun. This is for you newer peoples. And you're going to palm grip, don't come in front of it, but you're going to palm grip the top of that weapon while it's here in your workspace, from your chest up to the top of your face. You're going to palm grip the back of it. That's actually what these serrated and lined edges are for, is for you to get a better grip on it. So palm grip it. And if you need to, you shift your grip to where your knuckle goes from being on this side of the weapon system to that side, and your finger is completely perpendicular to the beaver tail of the weapon. While simultaneously now, your thumb just naturally falls into a position where it wants to push up on the slide catch right here. So when I shift my grip, my thumb naturally wants to push up against that slide catch. Now, while pushing up with that slide catch, keeping my finger straight and with my good palm grip close to my body, I'm going to push with my dominant hand 80% and pull just 20. Mostly pushing, guys. You'll know if you're doing too much pulling if it's like hard and the muzzle keeps going up like that. Just grab it, push it while pushing up with that slide catch. Now, once you get all the way to the back, you're going to feel that slide catch move up a little bit, and then you slowly release the slide, and this will catch the slide due to that spring tension, wanting to push it forward. Now, once you do that, you can inspect the actual chamber itself. So no magazine inserted, no round in the chamber. This weapon is what? Condition 4. This is a cleared weapon. And for those of you who are like, hey, I don't need to bring it in so close to my body and palm grip it and all that stuff, that's fine. You can just hold that out in front of you, pinch the slide with your thumbs on top, get that leverage with your thumb on that slide catch, and just, again, push, pull while pushing up on that slide catch. This slide catch is just a small piece of metal that goes into a gap here that allows it to push up when the slide is all the way to the rear, and now it gets caught on there. If you only push it back partially and you push it and then you let it go, it's still going to go forward because it needs to reach that gap inside of that slide, or sometimes it's on the outside, but enough, that gap wherever that is, so that it can come up in here and now catch it with that spring tension, and that's going to be all the way to the back. You got to pull that thing all the way to the rear. If you look here for revolvers, again, I should probably have one when I remake these videos. I probably will. Actually, I will. All you got to do is push in with your thumb on that cylinder release. You push like forward, actually. It's like forward away from you towards the front of the gun. And then this cylinder will pop out. And if there's anything in there, you just use your finger to push, or your hand even, to push forward, push backwards on that ejector rod, and it'll bloop, it'll pop all the shell casings out. This right here actually comes out, and it carries the shell casings with it. So very easy, but very difficult to remedy quickly if you run out of ammo. All right, guys, I will see you here in this next module.